We're going to try to do some country bends on a classic song. A hit in the 60s by Mr. Bill Anderson, written by Bill Anderson. And Mr. Charlie Louvin had a cut on this and several other people. It's one of my favorite country songs of all time. I'm going to try to do it on the BEEGEE Bender. And I've had some folks ask me to do a hardcore country song, and we're about to do one. So I hope you enjoy this effort. This is getting right down into my favorite things to play, because as a member of the legendary Drifting Cowboys, playing with Mr. Don Helms and Jerry Rivers, the two original members that played with Hank, this is what I love, folks. I love it all, but this is extra precious to me. Playing on the Seafoam Green BEEGEE Bender. This is the anniversary gift from my wife a couple years ago, and the only thing that's been done to this guitar, everything's all original except the neck has been removed from the tone control. So with that said, everything you're about to hear, you're going to hear the loop come through the Super Reverb Tone Master. Then when it's time for solos, coming through the Deluxe Reverb, and then also trying out the backup pedal board for the live shows that I do. Very similar to board number one. Basically exactly the same, but this is going through its paces for the first time. So let's see if we can do this classic song, and I hope that you enjoy it. I know there's a lot of hardcore country music fans out there, and I mean country now. I'm talking about country. Here we go. In the arrangement of this, a song that I don't necessarily play all the time, it's brought to my production mind that I'm going to start it a certain way so I can get those steel guitar licks in a little bit later in the song. That's one thing when you're looping, you got to, when you start jumping right in, sometimes where you're jumping in, that actually could be what is referred to as a turnaround later. And that's exactly what this intro is going to be. It's going to be a turnaround. And it's a beautiful way to do the song for later. You'll see what I'm talking about. Here we go. That's about the feeling. That feels good. Pretty. I just kissed the one I love for the last time. Never had her soft lips, felt so sweet. She's gone away and won't be back forever. I think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. Think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. Not because I'm sad, but Lord, 'cause I'm weak. I can't stand the thought of lying alone here without her. I think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. Let's make this baby. said goodbye, she called me darling. She slowly ran her soft hand down my cheek. I thought I'd die when she said I still love you. Think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. Think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. Not because I'm sad, but Lord, 'cause I'm weak. I can't stand the thought of lying alone here without her. Think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. I can't stand the thought of lying alone here without her. Think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. Think I'll go somewhere and cry myself to sleep. Well, you can see why it's one of my favorites. It's a tearjerker. I love it. Of course, when you're doing this live and trying to be effective of keeping the feel and the groove of everything, one of the difficult things becomes interpreting the song as a singer and also as a guitar player, because there's some simultaneous things that are going on. So, you know, running on two mental musical tracks there. And listen, that's just that's the really wonderful thing about looping. It gives you an opportunity to think of music a little differently than you might normally in a typical musical setting. And it's sky's the limit in the sense of you learning to perform something that you're familiar with repetition. I can sit here the rest of the night and work on this and the little areas that I'm musically kind of hearing myself sing a melody, but then trying to figure out what cool steel guitar lick might work. And you saw a little bit, sometimes there's a little bit of a rub. Not too bad, you know, it was passable for sure. And one thing will never happen is I won't play it again the same way. That's not what I'm trying to do with any of these songs. And when it comes to looping, that's one thing. Give yourself that freedom to be as wide-ranging in the concept of production that you want to be. We all have a reference point of the original. And, you know, to steal a line from my brother Rodney Yarborough, he said, I've heard the original. I've heard the original. I just think that's a great way to look at it. These original songs that you love can at least take on your flavor, your identity. It's like cooking. If you ask my beautiful bride to cook something, yes, she'll look it up and she'll call my beautiful mother and her beautiful mother to get a little idea on our family recipe. But she's still doing that little thing to add, just that little extra. Speaking of a little extra, let me introduce you all to somebody. This right here is the Min Kitty. Yeah, that's the Min Kitty. And right now she is rubbing my feet and purring. And she's just a part of our beautiful life. She's a musical kitty. She loves music. She sure does. And she loves that old time country. So if it's Miss Minnie approved, then it's a good tune. And that last one is Miss Minnie approved. God bless you, beautiful folks. God bless you too, Min Kitty. I love you, honey. All right. You all just enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be doing some more loop lessons here. Glad that you're listening to my efforts. It means a lot that you spend the time with me. God bless you all.